Okay, so if we look at yours then first then, Catherine, we talked a bit about the setup in terms of sort of where your arms are going to be. You can see on this left hand one, your arm on there is not bad, but this arm now looks kind of tucked into your body, okay? And the left arm certainly looks a lot shorter than your right arm, yeah? Because the way your left arm's kind of tucked in. And because of that, it caused your backswing now to be kind of quite lifty with the body, all very collapsy here with the takeaway. You look at your right hand setup now, your arms are the same length. Yeah, because they're both hanging down the same sort of position. You've got a slight little tilt with the shoulders there, as we can see. So a little bit of a shoulder tilt there. Your grip is much better. Yeah, we've got that left thumb a bit more on top. And now when you go back, your swing thought is to rotate and hinge. Look how much better that backswing is now. You've actually rotated your torso. You've hinged the wrist. You've set the club into a good position. And therefore from here, now there's no need to massively drop your head. Good strike of the golf ball there now, okay? And you can rotate through to a really good follow-through position with a sort of nice sort of, what I would say, fairly consistent movement there with not a lot of variables in terms of what you had before with sort of bending elbows and standing up and dropping down and such like. So if we can get into the big lunge, I got to get down for that guy. Yeah, and you can see there's the contact at the top of the ball. So your hands are back by your right thigh there on the back here now, whereas this one, because you've rotated better, you see your hands now, which I don't just see yours, Philip, but your hands are near towards your front thigh. And that's where you want the impact to be, up on that wall kind of position there, we said, but your hands are going to be here. Now, you've done that just by moving your body better. We haven't sort of said to you sort of do this, but by rotating your body better, using the body parts to do the job they should be doing, yeah? The body's responsible for moving the club around us. The arms and the wrists are responsible for the lifting. If the way you gripped it before, as you showed you couldn't really bend your arm, it just wouldn't work. So then your body sort of had to try and lift the club, which gave you that kind of awkward looking kind of shrug up. And then you go, well, hang on, I'm too far from the ball. I better react in some way. And that's where that big kind of drop and lunge came into it as you hit the goal point. And the follow through then is very sort of awkward and quite tight. In terms of yourself then, Philip, you can see the difference in the ball position there, yeah? I think what happens on the range, you probably put the ball in a fairly good spot maybe to start with, hit a few shots where the club hits the ground behind the ball and the ball just starts moving back and back and back, okay? What we want to try and do in terms of where that ball is positioned is down sort of through your left chest, left cheek, left chest, that sort of thing. And you can see because of that now your hands are a little bit further forward, which is fine. You're creating that, as we said to Catherine, that sort of lowercase y setup, which is great. And the grip pressure is looser, yeah? So in terms of the movement before, okay, you had a bit of a slide with your hips on the way back there, okay, sort of shifting your weight to the trail foot, and then you came back into impact. There was kind of contact, now sort of the blur at the bottom there, sort of showcasing the ball being hit. And your hands are back here, creating a sort of like scoopy, flicky, which is not a really very powerful way of hitting a golf, which is why you were losing the yardage that you had. Compare that now to this, and we're getting a nice sort of rotation in the way on the takeaway. Now, talking about that wall, imagine that sort of wall up on that left-hand side. We're now going to shift into that wall there with that left hip. You can see sort of shrinking the gap between the wall there, or the blue line in this case. And there's kind of now impact. Your hands are slightly further that way. Could they go a little bit more? Yeah, of course they could. But I think any more of a change now would be probably too much. Where you are there now is okay. Get good at that spot, and then we can just gradually move it forward. But doing some of that work, practicing at home, maybe on an outside wall, and smash things in the house. Okay, just get the sensation of hitting the wall there with your hips and your hands first before that club head gets. And it's kind of a move, I think if I said to you, skim a pebble, okay, or throw a ball side arm, you'd be moving that way with your left. You wouldn't sort of go and throw your hips backwards and slam the stone or whatever into the ground. So a lot of times we say people react. Now again, you follow through there, it's still a little bit tucked up, which it will be, because it's still instinctive for you to do that. But as you said, the follow through felt a little bit more comfortable, because if you're shifting towards target, you can move your body to where you want to go, yeah, and then your arms can eventually start doing what they want to do, yeah. What you don't want to try and do though is try and lock your arms out to stretch them out, yeah. Yes, we said your arms are a little bit tucked up, as we said here. But don't think, the fix of that is to stretch my arms out, because that will create tension in your arms. You'll start gripping it tighter, and then you can't do the things in the backswing which are going to help this position in the follow through. Yeah, it's all a sequence. Yeah, if the setup's decent, as we said, you can get a bad shot and you get away with it. Yeah. The setup's in a good position. The backswing's got a good chance to be decent, yeah? Get the club set in a good position. Now we've got a fighting chance. And basically, in both of your cases, and obviously Nebula's in the same, we're trying to reduce the destructive nature of the bad shot, yeah? Or make the bad shot better, yeah? If your bad shot, I mean, the first few shots you had, Catherine, a couple of missed shots, yeah? Completely missed the ball, yeah? Touch will have a few more shots now. We'd hope you're not going to miss the ball completely. If it goes 20, 30 yards on the ground, that's fair enough. You're trying to go 50 yards with that club. If you can go 30 or 40 yards, absolutely fine. So it's going 3 yards or you miss it completely, the golf course gets very, very long very quickly. Because there's only so many times you can hit the ball 3 or 4 yards before I'll pick up on this one, guys, okay, yeah? All right, does that make sense then, guys? So a couple of things that set up, sort of just summarise. Obviously, grip pressure, I think, in general, for both a bit loose. I always use that example of holding your mobile phone under your thumbs at address. Don't squeeze it, otherwise you'll crack your phone screen. Getting your left thumb, as we saw, a little bit more to the side, kind of in both cases, okay? And then from your point of view, Catherine, is sort of rotating and hinging a bit more. From your case, then, Philip, it's rotating and sliding a bit more. You hinge the wrist nicely, but that hinge on the way through will be key. Okay. Makes sense? Very good. No.